Stay tuned for more views like this from the top of Christmas Hill. Welcome to Christmas Hill, a peaceful 14.5-hectare sanctuary nestled right in the heart of Saanich. Rising 109 meters above sea level, this majestic ice-scoured summit offers a breathtaking 360-degree view of Victoria, the Sooke Hills, and the Saanich Peninsula. It's a place where you can instantly escape the noise of the city and step into a beautifully restored natural world. The very shape of this hill was sculpted over 1 million years by at least 4 major glacial periods. As massive ice sheets ground southward, they smoothed the northern slope and left dramatic grooves in the bedrock. If you look closely at the open bedrock just north of the summit, you can see deep parallel grooves gouged directly into the stone, vivid permanent scars left by rocks dragged deliberately across the hill by moving ice millennia ago. Long before European settlers arrived, these rocky slopes were actively managed by the Songhees and other local First Nations communities. Through sophisticated techniques like prescribed burning, they cultivated the vital camas bulb, creating the open, sun-drenched landscapes that allowed the Garryoke ecosystem to thrive for millennia. In the mid-19th century, the land transitioned into a rich era of farming. Kenneth Mackenzie, an employee of the Hudson's Bay Company who arrived in 1853, established a sprawling sheep station on the western slopes of Christmas Hill by 1857. He eventually purchased a massive tract of land running all the way from the summit down to the waters of Swan Lake. In 1866, he built a family farmhouse on the slope, raising livestock and vegetables until his death in 1874. His daughters, Agnes and Wilhelmina, preserved the homestead and lived there until they passed away in the late 1920s. In 1886, George Rogers Sr. arrived in Victoria as a tenant farmer. By 1903, he purchased the Von Allman farm on the north side of the hill, eventually naming it Chesterley Farm. By 1925, his son, George Rogers Jr., expanded the estate into a massive 91-hectare dairy operation. George Rogers Jr. was widely recognized for his deep love of the natural landscape. In a touching eulogy, legendary Canadian writer Bruce Hutcheson noted that Rogers stubbornly refused to cut down the best oak trees, even though leaving them in the middle of his fields made harvesting significantly harder and reduced his crop yields. He also prohibited anyone from touching the wild white lilies growing in his woods, ensuring they multiplied for local children to enjoy. Today, Rogers Elementary School sits on a portion of that historical farm, and nearby roads like Rogers Avenue, Lily Avenue, Genevieve Road, and Chesterley Road celebrate the family's legacy. The hill even played a direct role in building our local community. Rock extracted from a quarry right here on Christmas Hill was used for the very first paving of Quadra Street, stretching all the way from Tolmie Avenue to Royal Oak. The area used to be called Lake Hill. The official name change to Christmas Hill is tied to two distinct historical accounts. The first, according to records from the Saanich municipality, the hill earned its name when Hudson's Bay Company factor Joseph William McKay first came across it on Christmas Day in the early 1840s. Local lore tells a more dramatic story. On Christmas Eve in 1855, a massive bird, believed by the Lekwungen people to be the legendary Thunderbird, swooped down near Fort Victoria and carried away a small Indigenous child. A large search party of both settlers and Indigenous community members scoured the region through the night. On Christmas Day, the child was discovered entirely unharmed, playing happily at the top of the hill. In honor of what was celebrated as a Christmas miracle, the community permanently renamed the landmark. Today, Christmas Hill stands as a critical stronghold for the highly endangered Garry Oak ecosystem. It is home to roughly 250 plant species, including a fragile vernal pond that shelters rare protected wildflowers like the yellow montane violet. Thanks to over 40 years of dedicated volunteer efforts to control invasive species like Scotch broom, the native habitat has made a triumphant comeback. Whether you are here for year-round birdwatching, exploring the 1.7 kilometers of trails which feature rugged stone steps, or witnessing the spectacular carpet of wildflowers in March and April, Christmas Hill is a restorative experience for everyone. When you visit, please remember to stick to the formal trails to protect this sensitive habitat. Plan your journey to Christmas Hill today and experience the timeless beauty of one of Saanach's most treasured natural landscapes. Thanks for watching this video on Christmas Hill in Saanich. More information can be found at walkingvancouverisland.ca.